it's hard not to love that guy after that video. He's the kind of guy everybody would want for their father, you know? I want to be that kind of man. Okay. Hey, just wanted to share with you, what's going on? I presume everybody is satisfied and somewhat pleased and delighted, if not outright beside themselves, that the vote was delayed today on the AHCA. Surely the only possible reason that vote was not taken today is that the speaker knew that he did not have the votes for it to pass. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. All right, now the plot thickens. So what we've done, folks, at midnight, an hour and a half from now, we will be switching the theme to full repeal. All right, now we're walking through a minefield here, folks, because if the vote, Trump has subsequently said, no more negotiations, he wants a vote tomorrow. Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Trump, but you're not the Speaker of the House, and you don't make those decisions, but that's the bully pulpit. So it's really not his call, but it certainly is his statement, and it certainly matters because, after all, he's the president. If they don't, so I guess they're up all night tonight, and everything is being done to bring some people who are not ready to vote yes, that are voting no, onto the vote yes side. All kinds of deals, and yeah. All right, first vote could be as early as tomorrow morning then, right? All right, so we set up full repeal, and we're all going to pile on. I am. And we're going to march through a minefield. What if there's a vote and the vote passes? Well, all of our messaging is kind of now aimed at the wrong target, because now the battlefront becomes the Senate. But, okay, so what if we did nothing? Well, I don't want to do nothing, do you? I would rather make a mistake doing something than make the mistake of doing nothing. Should the vote be withheld further, that will be a real public relation nightmare for the administration and for our speaker, who I affectionately refer to as Lion Ryan. So that's the only strategy I know. We can't take the battle to the Senate prematurely. I think that would be a mistake from get-go. So the danger is we set up a bunch of tweets that will be very much out of context depending on how things go tomorrow. The vote could be taken not tomorrow morning, but tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening, or they may withdraw it again. We don't know. I mean, gee, we can't predict the weather, let alone what a bunch of bozos in D.C. will do. So we're going to stay the course, and we may have some embarrassing tweets out there, but that's what I'm going to do, and I ask you to join me in that. On the other hand, if I withdraw it again tomorrow, that just tells me that support for this bill just can't be gotten, and then Trump will be embarrassed. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. We are going to do Empower on Sunday night. I don't give a damn what happens. Okay? And we are going to do Renew US on Tuesday. I don't care what happens. So we're going to hold the line there, because the problem, as I have said, is spiritual. So the solution needs to be spiritual. And myself and Gina have been both very busy and have not had much time to devote to new videos, but I do intend to make a video tomorrow on a topic that's been on my mind for weeks, and that is Consider the Cost. Consider the Cost will be the title. Can't wait to do it. Just haven't had time to do it, and it's going to be great, I promise you. I'm also tinkering with the idea of making a new boot camp video entitled Meme Magic. and go into meme mechanics and meme, why have a meme? The importance of having one. And then once you've had one, how do you make one that's effective? And I can't wait to get into that because I've got some new tools. I want new toys. That means I want to play with where I can do side-by-side screen comparisons of a desktop presentation of a Twitter hashtag search, and right next to it, remember how I used to have to hold the phone up to the screen? Remember that craziness? Well, we don't have to do that anymore. I can broadcast the screen right off my phone. And so hopefully it'll be very informative. Also, a little side note, about 11 of the PJNET state accounts were squashed by Twitter again, but not all of them like it was last time. And unlike last time, Twitter deactivated those accounts over a period of about 2 hours, where the previous time at 10:22 a.m. on that day, pooh, they turned the lights out on us. So I think those accounts are showing more strength, and but I had to go back and reset the password and blah, blah, blah. And I have not updated the PJNET state account list. I will probably tomorrow. I'm off work tomorrow, so I hope to get caught up on things that are woefully behind. But I do encourage you, anytime you see a PJNET state account, make sure, check to see if you're following it. Okay, and if you're not, please follow it, because that's one of the things that strengthens these accounts, and retweeting them and all that kind of stuff. I think most of you are doing most of that, but I just wanted to say it for emphasis because it is important. And also, I've noticed someone is almost every PJNET state account is getting followed by former Congressman Tim Huelskamp. And oddly enough, I followed Congressman Huelskamp way back when he was a congressman, and he never followed me back. But I've used one of the state accounts that he did follow to get a message that PJNET is interested in reaching out to him and speaking with him. So I left contact information. So anyway, so that's kind of what's on my mind so far. It's going to be some rather choppy seas tomorrow. Now it could be that we've got it exactly right and things will go exactly, that they'll just withdraw it and our strategy will make perfect sense. That's possible. And of course, the thing that we want to be mindful of is the reason we're voting against this is to get a new set of downs, to bring them to the table, to kind of slow the pace down and be more inclusive of all points of view. Substitute the word our point of view in drafting a new bill. And let's quit the fast track stuff and the showmanship and the saber rattling and all that kind of stuff. So we're just looking for a new set of downs, and if it gets voted down, then that apart from the embarrassment of the tweets, then we have to huddle up and decide what do we do next to bring this back in a form that's palatable to all groups, including us. If it passes, then it's pretty easy. We need to load our guns for the Senate. Meanwhile, we've got a bunch of tweets scheduled going out about a vote that's already been taken. So, folks, just kind of be prepared for a rough ride. Batten down the hatches. It'll be okay. Everybody do what their conscience would suggest that they do. I just wanted to share what I'm doing. I know the risk we're taking, but I'm willing to take that risk. And if it goes a different way, we will adjust our strategy accordingly when it happens based on the facts of the moment. So we're doing the best we can with what we got. We play the hand we're dealt, and we're going to play it well. And we're going to stick together. And that's the difference between this family and some others. And I study them like a hawk. All right. Numbers are looking good. Everybody's doing a great job. Good to see Canton Tweet with us. Glenn, glad you're here. Glenn has been a very, very faithful. Canton Tweet has also been a very faithful team player here, and Sunbelt girl Terry Wright. I mean, it's the greatest team in the world. Greatest team on Twitter for dang sure. So, and we're getting some attention, some of it not the kind of attention we'd like to get, but that just indicates that we're an actual threat. And Terry arranged a little talk with a guy that's going to be doing a series, not one, but a series of articles debunking the so-called research done by the University of Pennsylvania surrounding the Common Core conversation, and he is taking it apart piece by piece by piece. I can't wait to see what that turns out like, but we had a nice chat yesterday for about an hour. He's not, by the way, a social media guy. Facebook, Twitter, none of that. He's an academician. He's a mathematician. But he's got a brilliant mind, and he's got a heart as big as the Montana sky, and he's on board with us. So we got friends, and he has influence. So I am probably starting to ramble and bore you to tears. I am fatigued, but we should be after battle. If you come off the battlefield all fresh and all that, well, I would say you probably hadn't been doing much on the battlefield. I think we're all on the same page there. Hey, folks, I love you, and let's just ride the storm out. Let's stick together, and we're going to see this thing through, and we are going to win. And I'm going to turn it back over to Barbara.